if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of May 2015? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so Gemini, I see you kind of like beginning the month straddling yourself, like indecision. It's like you've taken two paths that are conflicting. So you found yourself, and whether this is in a relationship where you don't know which person to pick, or whether you're find yourself in a job and you don't know which job to pick, or you find yourself between homes and you don't know which house to pick. It's like you found yourself like straddling these two, worlds that are going to collide. They're not going to work because you can't have both. Just like in a relationship, you can't have both. Their decisions need to be made. So I see you kind of entering, this time as straddling these two different worlds. The good news is I do feel like you're going to like leap right over this, and you're going to make a decision, and it's going to just come together. Like it will just come together, and you're not really going to have to fret about it too much. It feels like it's a temporary situation, and it kind of just like alters very quickly. We do have a new moon, we have a full moon first on May 3rd in Scorpio. So that full moon in Scorpio, Scorpio's a very decisive energy. It's sharp. It's very sexual. It's a powerful energy. It's very intuitive energy as well. It's very intuitive. There's a lot of energy with Scorpio. So that's good. I feel like that energy, I don't feel like this is a bad thing. I feel like that you're going to be infused with a lot of energy to compel you and move you forward, to get you moving and into the direction that you need to do to complete things, to get things done, to finalize things. So there's going to be some finalization, and I feel like some of that has to do with these two worlds that you're trying to hang on to or still trying to straddle. And the other thing is with Gemini, we always joke, you guys are the twins, back and forth, which side is going to show up. But I think that there is a real powerful energy in you that's going to kind of come forward, that's going to help you make difficult decisions, or decisions that were difficult in the past aren't going to be so much anymore. So I feel like what you may be worrying about is really something that you shouldn't be worrying about. In other words, I feel like as you approach these situations or ideas or conversations or relationships, whatever they are that you're straddling, I think the information is just going to come up, and it's going to be very easy for you, very black and white for you, Gemini, which is kind of unusual, to go, oh, that, of course, that's what it is. And it's really going to resonate with you and sit with you. That may not happen until towards the end of the month, closer to the 20th, it may be. And so that's when I feel like there's a decisive action that's made, and you're really kind of moving forward. Now, for some of you, you just don't take change well, and that's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. For some of you, it may be saying goodbye to some things. For some of you, it may be moving. For some of you, it may be, that's a lot of time when school lets out, and you're saying goodbye and you're letting go. And whether you're graduating college, or you're graduating high school, or whatever it is, or you've finished a degree of some sorts, or you've completed a job and you're moving on to a new job, there's a completion. It could be that you've sold your company and you're letting go of the company. So it's this completion around the end of the month that really it's a little bittersweet. It's a little painful, but it feels really good because there's real clarity on where you're going. Really strong clarity about where you're going, and that's really nice. Now, as far as relationships go, for those of you that are married, what could you expect for the month of May? Well, I think it's a nice energy. It's a really nice energy for you guys this month. I feel like you may have had some heaviness where you maybe have been worried or concerned about your partner or situations around your partner, but they feel to be kind of working themselves out. It feels less heavy. It feels less intense. So I feel like that's a positive thing for you. Now, there is a new moon that's coming up, and that happens May 18th in Taurus. And that new moon actually is going to give you a lot of energy in your relationship. It's really going to inspire you, and it's going to titillate you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I like that for a getaway time for you guys. Feels like it's a really nice opportunity to inject some new energy into your relationship and to really feel good about it. Now, for those of you that are single and looking for romance, what could you expect for the month? Wow, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of opportunities for romance for you guys for this month. I'm just seeing things flowering all over the place. I do also feel like that's the first 2 weeks. There's a lot of energy around around love and around potential relationships and new relationships. So you might find that there's some new energy that's happening for you guys. Now, some of this could even come from the past. Some of it could be old relationships coming back into you. And it can also be where you're letting go of current relationships. So I'm just seeing like a wave of people, guys. So there may be people, some of you may have a revolving door here where you're connecting with a lot of people, and some of you may be a little more discerning. Nonetheless, there's a lot of room for love for Geminis this month, so that's a good thing. Now, as far as romantic love in terms of like the one, by the end of the month, some of you may have settled into a rhythm of like, you know what, I think I want to go this way. I want to go with this particular person. And if that's the case, then you're going to have a good opportunity to be able to see all the signs around that. And remember when I told you there was a straddling at the very beginning? I said there's a straddling. You're going on. You're picking between two worlds. I really feel like by the end of the month, by that 20th, 22nd, that's kind of really kind of cleared up. You're going to really see some more information that's going to help you and it's going to be a little more supportive. Now, as far as money and finance goes for you this month, what can you expect? Well, some of you have laid out a lot of money, have put out a lot of money for a lot of different things. There could have been unexpected challenges, whether it was a car, whether it was a bill or a mortgage payment or an accident, you ended up in the ER, something, or a health scare. There was some extra money that went out most recently. And I would say you're going to be able to recoup that money in this month, and I also feel like, but it comes back in a different way. It comes back in kind of like pulling your bootstrings up, pulling yourself up and going, okay, I'm gonna get focused here. I really know what I want to do, and I'm gonna get to work, and you're gonna have also more opportunities coming for you up in work. Yeah, especially around this new moon in Taurus on May 18th. I see right before that some new energies coming in or opportunities for new work and for more money. You're also going to have some patience. You're going to have some patience with some of you that fill out some applications or something that you want. You kind of get wind of it and they're like, yeah, you're hired. But then there's a waiting game that kind of ensues, and which is a little irritating. So don't get frustrated with it. It feels like it just goes on and on and on. It's like when you have a fish on the line and then they run and they're like, whoa, you know it's on the line, but am I going to get it in? Am I going to get it in the boat? It's kind of like that. So you may have an opportunity where you're chosen or you're hired, but it's just like, how am I going to land that now? And it just takes off, but it's in a way like where it feels like it's running away from you instead of running to you. The good news is it is going to come back around for you. It's going to happen. It feels like it might be maybe even early June. So if you get hired, there may be some delays with this particular job or this promotion or whatever it is that takes a little bit longer to maneuver back to you. But it's going to be yours. So just hang in there. Just kind of go with that flow. Let's see. Anything else about the money? Yeah. For those of you that have, your reserves are running low, if they've run low, what you want to do is just, don't get negative about it, don't get worried about it, but it's just kind of be pragmatic. So every dollar you get in, pull 10 cents and put it aside, just like taking a little bit, and even if it's only $1, if you keep putting it aside, it's going to kind of build back up, and it's going to give you some more security, and that's additional energy that's going to support you in attracting more energy. So don't walk around kind of like feeling poor. I want you to walk around feeling really abundant. And I know some of you guys that money's not an issue. There's plenty of Geminis out there who've manifested and they've got more money than God and they're doing great with it. But they may be worried and a little differently. Like, do I have enough to give to everybody I'm giving to? Their concerns are a little bit different. And if that's you, then what you want to know is there are some additional information ideas that come into you at the end of May as well that's going to help shore up what you've already got going. They're going to help you shore up your portfolio, going to help you shore up the ideas that you have in place to extend the money that you have so that you can take care of for all those people that you take care of. So there is some new information for you as well, and it's positive. It's really good news, or it's solid. Let's put it that way. It's solid in that, and then it's something that will work, and that's something that is safe and positive. So if you're in a situation where you've been looking to change your money or to move your money someplace else, don't be in a big hurry. There's something that comes up at the end of May that feels really gratifying, like I like that and I like this person. So I think that's the best thing for you, just to hold off and wait, and some good news is going to come with that. Now, as far as your health goes, Gemini, let's see what's going on with your health. Well, some of you Geminis have been low on energy, just kind of like low on energy. For some of you also feel like kind of stomach stuff. So what you want to do is, like, this month, you're going to be able to get, you're going to be able to get some new ideas, and there may be some product coming your way. There may be some, whether it's, just B12 that's going to give you more energy, or whether there's something specific, but there may be something that comes across your path that you go, wow, that's going to help me. Or, wow, I used to take that 10 years ago and then I stopped taking it, and now it's time for me to take it again. So some of you may be revisiting some things that have worked for you in the past for your health to bring you back up to par. Not feeling anything really, really off kilter for you. It just feels like some nagging stuff, some old things that you've had before. Like, my ears are popping a little bit, so some of you may have sinus issues, allergies with the spring, or that's happening for you. And again, I think you're going to find an old friend and a remedy that you've had in the past that's going to be really good for you, and that's going to be helpful. So all in all, Gemini, I feel like it's a really good month for you. I feel like it's a positive flow. It's going to give you some decisive actions for yourself. You're gonna get some help with the universe showing you the right path, and so you'll have less fear or concern about going down the wrong path. So in the meantime, kind of just keep straddling those two worlds and asking to be shown, and you're going to see that it's going to part. You're going to see very specific things for you towards the end of the month. Like I said, after that new moon on the 18th, around the 20th, 22nd, you're going to start to see some definitive signs that are going to help you take the next step in the right direction. Okay, Geminis, have an amazing month, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. And if you liked my star signs intuitive astrology, I'd love it if you share it with your friends. Thanks, and have a great month.